Hi friends, welcome to Learn with Akash. Today I am here to teach you grade 10 maths, third chapter, linear equation. And this chapter consists three main subtopics which are substitution method, elimination method and cross multiplication method. And in this section I will be teaching you the substitution method. Okay, now let's learn what is substitution method. Okay, what is the substitution method? What we can derive from the term substitution method? We can just derive it as substitute. Okay, substitute or substituting. So for an example, if I am substituting like this marker with this black marker with the red marker because it's lighter, it is brighter. But if we are going in a maths language, what will tell? We are substituting the value of x over here with the value of x over there. That's it. Nothing but just taking that value of x and putting for this value of x. That's it. So now let's solve a small equation under this topic using substitution method. Let's solve it using a substitution method. So for example, if I am taking x plus y is equal to 14 and x minus y is equal to 4. Okay. So before solving this question, before solving this linear equation, I want to teach you the three important formulas which will be there till the end of the chapter, which will make you determine whether I should solve it or not, or I should end the answer over here or not, or to check which line that particular linear equation is. So let's check. So the first formula is a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. So this formula means if you got an answer like this means you will get it as a intersecting lines. Intersecting lines in the sense means if there's a line AB and a CD, they intersect at a point called O. So this intersecting lines, they have only one speciality which they intersect at least one point. So if when they intersect only one point, they have a unique solution which will have only one solution because they meet at a point at one point. So they will have only one solution. Okay, next equation is a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2. If you get a pair like this means the line of this pair is parallel lines. Parallel lines, I think you know, parallel lines are nothing but a line down or up of it and another line where they doesn't intersect even one time. Last time what we saw, they intersect one point, so they got a one solution. This time they don't intersect even one point. They don't have a joining point in anywhere. So what will our answer will be? No solutions. So it will have no solution. This pair will have no solution. The last one is so important because this will be so common. Okay, this is a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. Okay, if you're getting like this means your pair is nothing but a coincident line. What is a coincident line means? If there's a line like this, okay, if for an example I am taking this line, okay, where coincident line means above this line, there's another line just directly above it. Okay, so what happens is they touch more than a million times, infinite times, they just keep on touching. So what will be their answer is, last time they touched one point, so they got one solution. This time they touched, no, they didn't touch even one point, so they got no solution. This time they're touching infinite times. So their solution will be also infinite times. So infinite solutions. Okay, now we learn the three formulas. Now we'll solve this. But before you may have a doubt, what is this a1 by a2? What is this b1 by b2? What is that c1? What is e2? For that, there's another thing, nothing but if you're looking at this equation, right? This equation, what they gave, this is a1 will be nothing but the front of x and b1 will be nothing but the front of y and c1 will be nothing but the constant in the equation. Okay, a2 will be nothing but the lower term. So this was the starting one. So the second one over here, let's just call this as a2, b2, c2 term. And this will be nothing but a1, b1, c2, c1 term. Okay. So what happens is this, we got the value of a1 and a2. If you didn't understand it, I'll explain it very easily in the formulas. I'm taking like 2x and 5y and 2 and 3x and 7y and 10. Okay, consider this as a linear equation. So in this, how to find a1 will be nothing but a1 and a2 will be nothing but the value of like friend of x. Okay, so friend of x is nothing but a1. So this will be a1. Why here a1? Because it is at the topmost. So the downmost will be always the a2, because this will be the a2, b2, c2 group, and this will be the a1, b1, c2, c1 group. Okay, so a1 will be nothing but the which is having the variable x, and b1 will be nothing but the which is having the value of y. Same for the b2 also. In front of y, what is that? That will be the value for b2 or b1. And the which is not at all having a variable, that will be always be the value of c1 and c2. Now let's solve this equation using substitution method. Substitution method, as I told at the beginning, we should just substitute the value. If we are substituting the value, means we should need to find the value for x. So for finding it, this is what we should do. So x plus y is equal to 14. So if I need to find the value of x, I should move this y this side to the left hand side. So plus y will become minus y. So x is equal to 14 minus y. Okay. Now we got the value of x. Now we will find the equation for this. Okay. We will find the real value of x. So x minus y. So I found the value of x over here. So I should substitute the value of x in this form. So x is equal to 14 minus y equal to 4. Okay. So I changed it over here. Now what should I do? Now nothing but I should just open the bracket. So when I open the bracket, it will be nothing but the same like this. Now what should I do? Now they both are common. So minus y is equal to plus. So 14 minus 2y. So they both will add and form 2y equal to 4. So now what should I do? I should just transfer this 14 to that side. So minus 2y. So be careful in the minus plus symbols. Minus 2y will be equal to 4 minus 14. So minus 2y will be equal to 4 minus 14 is nothing but minus 10. So minus and minus can get cancelled over here. So y is equal to 10 minus by 2. This is equal to 5. Now we found the value of y. We will find the value of x. So x is equal to what? X is equal to 14 minus y. So 14 minus y is nothing but 14 minus 5. So 14 minus 5 we'll get it as 9. So 9 is the value of x and y is the value of, so y value is 5 and x value is 9. So now let's solve some extra questions under this topic. So did you remember that last time I taught you the 3 formulas? Now we'll use that. We'll find which, I'm so eager to find which line it is. So what were the 3 formulas? Which was a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2, and a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2, and the last one was a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. Okay, so this was having 1 solution, this was having 0 solution, this is having infinite solution. Okay, so now let's check which solution. So a1 by a2, a1 is 3 over here and a2 will be 9 and b1 will be 1 over here because there's nothing in front of this thing, it will be 1, and the b2 over here is 3 and c1 over here is 3 and c2 is equal to 9. Now they both are not equal and they are also not equal, so it should not be there. There's no line like that. So let's check. Can we simplify them? Yes, we can. We can cut 3 and 9. 1 3s are 3 and 3 3s are 9. Same over here. 1 3s are 3 and 3 3s are 9. So what we got? 3 is equal to 1 by 3 and this is also equal. So what type of equation is this? What type of line it is? Nothing but the coincident line. So coincident line means what will our answer be? Simply, therefore, it is a coincident line. So infinite solution. So we got, this will be our answer for this question. So let's solve another question. So last time we did a perfect number, but this time we're going to do it in a decimal point. Decimal point, how to do this? I'll teach you in a very simple method. Okay, before solving it in decimal point, I want to make it in a perfect number because that looks lovely, So for making a decimal point in a lovely number or in a perfect number, what should I do? I should multiply it with 10. So if I multiply this thing with 10 means what happens? The whole value will change for this. So I should multiply this whole term. If I multiply this whole term, the both term won't be matching. So I should multiply the whole question with 10. So if I multiply the whole question with 10 only, I'll get a perfect answer, you know. So if I multiply 10 into 0.2x will be 2x, and 10 into 0.3y equal to 3y, and 10 into 1.3 will become 13, and 10 into 0.4x will be 4x, and 10 into 0.5y will be 5y, and 10 into 2.3 will be 23. Now I got into a good number, like perfect numbers. Now let's solve them. So now let's solve them by doing it, okay? Now we have this. Now we need to find the value of x over here. So 2x will be nothing but 13 minus 3y. But I don't need to know the value of 2x. I need the value of only 1x. So x will be equal to 13 minus 3y by 2. Now we got the value of x. Now let's find it using substituting the value over here. So 4 bracket 13 minus 3y by 2, close the bracket, plus 5y equal to 23. Okay. Now 4 into this thing, but they both can get cancelled. So this will become 2. So 2 into 13 will be 26, and 2 into 3 will be 6y. Okay. Now we'll open the bracket, which will be plus 5y equal to 23. Okay, now it came. Now what happened is 26 and 5y. Minus 5y plus 5y will be minus. So minus 1y will get. So 26 minus 1y. Why here minus 1y? Because the greater number over here is 6 and its symbol is all minus. So it will be minus 1y, which is equal to 23. Now I don't have anything else to solve. So I'll just transform this 26 to this left hand side. So here it is plus. So here it will be minus. So minus 1y will be equal to 23 minus 26. So minus 1y will get it as 23 minus 26 will be nothing but minus 3. So here minus and minus can get cancelled. So y is equal to 3. Now let's find the value of x. What we got it as before, x is equal to 13 minus 3y by 2. Okay. So instead of y, we need to substitute the value of y over here with the 3. So 3 into 3 will be 19. So x is equal to 13 minus 9 by 2. 13 minus 9 is nothing but 4 by 2 equal to 4 by 2. 4 by 2 means we will get it as 2. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. Now let's solve some word problems under this. So now what we will do is we will have word problem over here. So the larger of two supplementary angles exceed the smaller one by 18 degrees, find them. Okay, so what they gave in this question. So we need to gather the information from the given question. Okay, so what they gave in the question, there is one larger supplementary angle. So there are two angles which are supplementary angles. What is the meaning of supplementary angles? Means if there are two angles, if they add up, they should add up to form 180 degrees. So when we add two angles, they are having 180 degree means they are a supplementary angle. Example, 100 plus 80, these both angles form 180 degree when they are added. So these both are supplementary angles. Okay. So what they told is there is one larger number. Okay. There is one larger and the smaller number. So what we can do, we'll take the larger number as x and the smaller one as y. So if we add up, it should be a supplementary angle. So x plus y is equal to 180 degree. Okay, now we got the first equation of this thing. Now we'll take the second one. Second one means what they giving, the larger number exceeds the smaller number by 18 degrees. So the bigger number is greater than it by 18 degrees. So when we minus x minus y is equal to 18 degrees. Now we got both the equation. Now let's solve them. So we'll find the value of x. Most of the time what we did, we took the value of x from the top term. But for this time we will take the small term. Okay, from the bottom. So x minus y is equal to 18. So x should be equal to 18 minus y plus y. Okay, 18 plus y. So now we got the value of x, now we'll substitute it. So 18 plus y is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so plus and plus will get plus 2y. So 18 plus 2y is equal to 180. So now we got it. Now we'll check 18. So 18 will take to the left hand side. So 2y is equal to 180 minus 18. So 180 minus 18 will be nothing but 162. So 2y is equal to 162 and y will be equal to 162 by 2, which will be nothing but 2 8 are 16 and 1. So our first degree, so the smaller degree is nothing but 81. So y is equal to 81 and the bigger one let's find. So x is equal to 18 plus y. So x should be equal to 81 plus 18 is equal to x. So 81 plus 18 is equal to x should be equal to 99. So let's check the first one, what they did. One is larger and one is smaller. So 99 is bigger and one is smaller. So that is perfect. Now if they ask you to verify your answer, what we should do? If we need to verify our answer, what we should do is we should just solve it. Like solve the first term or second term. Okay. Now we'll just do it. So 81 plus 99. So 81 plus 99 should be equal to 180 degree. Is it so? So 81 plus 99 is 180 degree. So 180 degree is equal to 180 degree and our answer is also verified. Okay, now let's solve a age related question under word problem in substitution method. Okay, so what they give, 5 years hence, that means 5 years in the future. 5 years hence the age of Jacobs will be 3 times of his son's age. And 5 years ago, that means in the past, Jacob's age was 7 times that of his sons. What are their present ages? So what they asked over here is, in the 5 years in the future, Jacob's age was 3 times of his son. So in place of Jacob, I am taking x and his son is y. So 5 years hence, that means it's future. So from the present, so present age of Jacob will be x and the present age of his son will be y. Okay. So 5 years hence means 5 years in the future. So we should add 5. Okay. So add 5, when we add 5 means here also we should add 5. But his age was 3 times when it was in the present future. Okay. So 3 times of his hence age. Okay. Future age. And his son's age and are before. So at the past few years, okay, 5 years ago. So that means x minus 5 was equal to 7 times of his son's age. Okay. Now we'll just solve them. So this thing and this. So it will be equal to x plus y should be equal to 3y and 15. So when we transfer this x over here, what we'll get it as? X will be equal to 3y plus 15 minus 5 will become 3y plus 10. Okay, now we got it. Now we'll simplify this also. When we simplify this, we'll make it as 1. So when we simplify it, what we got? X will be, x minus 5 was equal to 7y minus 25. And when we, 35, and when we transfer this y to that side, what happens over here? X will be equal to 7y minus 30. Now we got the second one also. Now we will substitute. We got the value of x 2 times we got the value. So we can substitute. I'll take this one because it's smaller. So I'll take this one and I'll substitute the value of x over here. So when I substitute the value of x over there, what happens? 3y plus 10 should be equal to 7y minus 30. Now I'll just transfer this thing over here and that thing over there. Okay, I'll just go there. So what happens over here? 7y minus 3y will become 4y and 10 plus 30 will become 40. Okay, so the minus symbol will be also there because the greater symbols. So minus 4y and minus 40. Now what happened? I'll just cut the symbol like that and y will be equal to 40 divided by 4, which is nothing but 10. So now we got the value of y over here. Now let's find the value of x. So x is equal to 3y plus 10. So 3y plus 10 means 3 into 10 plus 10. So 3 into 10 will be nothing but 30. 30 plus 10 is nothing but 40. So Jacob's present age is 40 and his son's present age is 10. So if you have any doubts under this topic means you can write your questions in your comment box. On my upcoming videos I'll solve them and I'll post for them.